Archangel Michael says, I saw your future, and I couldn't stop. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if these words stopped you right now, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. Take a breath and stay with me, because what is unfolding is not random, not coincidence, not algorithm, it's alignment, and Archangel Michael says he couldn't stay silent after seeing what's ahead of you. Listen to this. You've been walking through days that felt heavier than they should, nights where your thoughts lingered on questions you couldn't fully explain, moments where your intuition whispered something important and you almost talked yourself out of listening, and your heart needs this right now because that inner knowing was preparing you for a turning point you're standing in today. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael says the future he saw for you was calm, steady, and deeply protected. Not flashy, not chaotic, not rushed, but there was one moment where doubt almost pulled you off the path, and that's why this message reached you now. Listen to this. You've been seeing signs everywhere, even when you tried to ignore them, angel numbers repeating at exact moments when you questioned your direction, 1111 showing up when you wondered if you were aligned, 222 appearing when timing felt uncertain, 444 surrounding you when you were tired but still moving forward. These were not coincidences, they were confirmations that you were being guided towards something that requires awareness, not fear. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been stronger than you give yourself credit for, choosing growth when it was uncomfortable, choosing peace when chaos felt familiar, choosing silence when reaction would have cost you your center. Listen to this. Archangel Michael saw a future where you no longer overthink every decision, where your nervous system finally rests, where your intuition is trusted without debate, and where you stop asking if you're enough because you know you are. Your heart needs this right now because you've spent too long carrying emotional weight that was never meant to stay with you. Don't scroll. This future also holds a soulmate-level connection, not the kind that pulls you into emotional loops or leaves you questioning your worth, but the kind that meets you in calm recognition, mutual respect, and steady presence. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says this love does not arrive through chaos or urgency, it arrives through clarity, and clarity only comes when you stop negotiating with what drains you. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been learning the difference between intensity and alignment, between attachment and destiny, between familiarity and truth. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening has sharpened your awareness, which is why old patterns feel uncomfortable now, why certain conversations exhaust you faster, why certain connections no longer excite you the way they used to. That's not you losing interest, that's you evolving. Your heart needs this right now because growth often feels like loss before it feels like freedom. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael saw you standing at a crossroads, tempted to doubt yourself one last time, tempted to settle for what feels familiar instead of trusting what feels calm, and he says choosing calm is what unlocks everything ahead. Listen to this. Calm does not mean boring, it means safe, it means sustainable, it means aligned. Don't scroll. The future he saw does not require you to fight for love, prove your worth, or silence your intuition. It requires you to trust yourself enough to walk away from what doesn't honor you. Your heart needs this right now because you've been taught that good things must be earned through struggle, and that belief is ending here. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael says the reason this message feels urgent is not because something bad is coming, but because something good is close, and proximity amplifies guidance. Listen to this. You are not being rushed, you are being reminded. Reminded that you are protected. Reminded that you are guided. Reminded that the future you're walking toward responds to honesty, boundaries, and self-respect. Don't scroll. There will be a moment soon, subtle but undeniable, where life reflects this shift back to you, a conversation that feels clear instead of confusing, a connection that feels mutual instead of draining, a decision that feels right instead of forced. When that happens, your body will recognize it before your mind celebrates it, and that calm recognition will be your confirmation. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says once you honor what you already know, the path ahead opens quietly, without resistance, without struggle, without needing explanation. Your heart needs this right now because you were never meant to miss this moment, this message, or this alignment. Don't scroll. Stay present after this. What comes next will make sense only because you listen now. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you stayed after part 1, this message is even more for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the continuation Archangel Michael wanted you to hear because the future he saw for you doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes how you see yourself, and that shift is what unlocks everything. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says when he looked ahead on your path, he didn't see chaos or struggle, he saw relief. The kind that comes when your spirit finally recognizes it no longer has to fight to be chosen, loved, or understood. But before that future could fully arrive, there was a moment where you needed reassurance, because doubt has been circling you quietly, whispering that maybe you should settle, maybe you should stay quiet, maybe you should accept less just to keep things familiar. Don't scroll. This message is for you because that whisper is not wisdom, it's fear remembering old seasons. Listen to this. You've already outgrown what once felt safe, and that's why comfort has started to feel heavy instead of soothing. Your heart needs this right now because you've been questioning whether wanting more peace, more honesty, and more stability makes you ungrateful. Archangel Michael says it doesn't. It makes you aligned. Don't scroll. When he saw your future, he saw you moving through your days without constant emotional tension, without replaying conversations in your head, without bracing for disappointment. He saw you trusting your intuition without apologizing for it, and he saw your energy finally returning to you instead of being drained by uncertainty. Listen to this. That future required one thing, that you stop doubting what your body already knows. Don't scroll. Your spiritual awakening has reached a stage where your intuition speaks first and your mind catches up later, and that's why certain choices now feel impossible to ignore. That tightening in your chest when something is off, that sudden exhaustion when you're forcing yourself to stay, that loss of excitement when you're trying to convince yourself it's right, those are not flaws. They are guidance. Your heart needs this right now because you've spent years overriding those signals out of habit. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael says the signs around you intensified because you were close to a breakthrough. Angel numbers appeared not to tease you, but to anchor you. 1111 showed up when you questioned your worth, reminding you that alignment doesn't require proof. 222 appeared when timing felt unfair, reminding you that balance always arrives before peace. 44 surrounded you when you felt tired but kept pushing, reminding you that protection does not require exhaustion. Listen to this. These signs weren't asking you to wait, they were asking you to trust. Don't scroll. This message is for you because love is about to change shape in your life. Not louder, not more dramatic, but healthier, steadier, and more real. Archangel Michael saw a soulmate-level connection ahead. One that doesn't trigger your anxiety or reopen your wounds, one that doesn't confuse you or require you to perform to be chosen. He saw a connection that recognizes your boundaries as strength, not distance. Your heart needs this right now because you once learned to equate intensity with destiny, and that lesson has expired. Don't scroll. This future love arrives when you stop questioning whether calm is enough and realize calm is everything. Listen to this. You are no longer meant to chase clarity, clarity is meant to meet you. That's why the universe has been removing distractions, softening attachments, and creating space in your life. Don't scroll. Space is not emptiness, it's invitation. Invitation for aligned love. Invitation for purpose to land without distortion. Invitation for peace to become your baseline instead of a rare moment. Your heart needs this right now because silence made you anxious before, and now it's becoming familiar. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael says the future he saw requires you to choose yourself without guilt. You don't owe anyone access to your next chapter just because they were part of your past. You don't need to explain your growth to people who haven't done theirs. Listen to this. That doesn't make you cold, it makes you clear. Don't scroll. There may still be moments ahead where nostalgia tries to pull you backward, where old patterns whisper that staying is easier than leaving, where comfort tries to disguise itself as destiny. When that happens, pause. Breathe. Remember how your body felt when you honored your intuition versus when you ignored it. Your heart needs this right now because your body remembers what your mind tries to forget. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael also saw purpose unfolding for you in quieter ways. Through your presence, your empathy, your honesty, your ability to ground others without trying. You don't need a loud platform to be impactful. You don't need to rush your calling to validate it. Listen to this. The future he saw for you doesn't burn you out, it sustains you. Don't scroll. Soon, you will notice life responding to you differently. Conversations will feel easier. Decisions will feel clearer. Connections will feel mutual. And when that happens, don't question it. Receive it. That ease is alignment functioning as designed. Your heart needs this right now because you were taught to struggle for everything, and this chapter will teach you how to receive without fear. Don't scroll. This part exists because Archangel Michael didn't want you walking forward still doubting yourself. Awareness comes before manifestation. Trust comes before peace. And you are closer than you think. Stay present after this. What comes next will confirm exactly why he couldn't stop once he saw your future, because it's already moving toward you. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here at part 3, this message is undeniably for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is where Archangel Michael wanted your attention to linger, because the future he saw for you does not begin with an external event, it begins with an internal decision, one you are closer to making than you realize. Listen to this. Archangel Michael says when he looked ahead on your path, he saw you standing taller without trying, calmer without effort, and clearer without needing reassurance, and that future version of you exists because you finally stop arguing with your intuition. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been sensing a shift in how you relate to everything, your emotions, your relationships, your purpose, and that shift is not accidental, it's alignment taking root. Listen to this. You've noticed that things which once excited you now feel draining, that conversations you used to tolerate now feel heavy, that emotional patterns you once justified now feel obvious. That's not boredom. That's discernment awakening. Your heart needs this right now because discernment can feel lonely before it feels empowering. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael saw that before the future he promised could fully arrive, you needed to release one more illusion. The illusion that clarity comes from outside of you. Listen to this. You've been asking for signs, validation, timing, confirmation, but the truth is, your body has already been answering. That pause in your breath when something doesn't feel right. That calm settling in when something aligns. That sudden exhaustion when you're forcing yourself to stay. Those are not random reactions, those are spiritual signals. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been trained to override those signals out of politeness, fear, or habit. Listen to this. The future Archangel Michael saw does not include you betraying yourself to keep peace. It includes you choosing honesty gently, without drama, without apology. Don't scroll. You've also been seeing the universe reflect this awakening back to you through signs that feel personal. Angel numbers showing up not as urgency, but as reassurance. 11. 11 when you're thinking about who you're becoming. 222 when you're questioning whether balance is possible. 444 when you're tired but still trusting. These numbers are not pushing you forward, they're walking with you now. Your heart needs this right now because you're learning how to trust guidance without panic. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael also saw how love shifts in your future. Not louder, not more intense, but safer, steadier, and more mutual. He saw you no longer questioning whether someone cares, no longer decoding mixed signals, no longer shrinking yourself to keep connection alive. Listen to this. The soulmate-level connection ahead recognizes your boundaries as wisdom, not distance. It meets you where you are instead of pulling you back into who you were. Your heart needs this right now because you once believed love required endurance. Don't scroll. That belief is dissolving. Love aligned with your destiny does not require emotional labor to maintain. It flows because it is mutual. Listen to this. You may feel moments of vulnerability rising now, moments where old fear tries to convince you not to trust peace, not to relax, not to believe this calm can last. That fear is not intuition, it's memory. Don't scroll. This message is for you because memory belongs to past seasons, and you are no longer living there. Listen to this. Archangel Michael saw that once you stop reaching backward, the future moves toward you faster, not rushed, but unhindered. Don't scroll. You're also being prepared for purpose to unfold in quieter ways. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to force it. Your presence will begin to shift rooms, calm people, ground conversations without effort. That's not coincidence, that's alignment radiating outward. Your heart needs this right now because you've been underestimating the impact of who you're becoming. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael says the future he saw does not demand more strength from you, it rewards the strength you already built. It doesn't require you to be tougher, it allows you to be softer without fear. Listen to this. Softness is not weakness when it comes from healed boundaries. Don't scroll. There will be a moment soon where something external mirrors this internal shift. A conversation that feels honest, a decision that feels right, a connection that feels mutual. When it happens, don't rush to analyze it. Receive it. That ease is your confirmation. Your heart needs this right now because you were taught that ease meant something was wrong. Ease means alignment is working. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael also wants you to know that doubt returning does not mean failure. Doubt is just the echo of old survival strategies trying to stay relevant. Thank it, and choose awareness anyway. Listen to this. You are not required to repeat lessons to prove you learned them. Don't scroll. This part exists because you are standing at the threshold of living what you once prayed for, and living it requires trust more than effort. Stay present after this. The future Archangel Michael saw for you is not distant, it is responding to the choices you are making right now. And once you fully trust what your soul already knows, everything ahead begins to align without resistance. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here at part 5, this message is absolutely for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the moment Archangel Michael wanted you to stay for, because the future he saw does not arrive with noise or spectacle, it arrives with recognition, the quiet kind that settles into your body and tells you without words that you are finally safe to be yourself. Listen to this. You have been preparing for this season longer than you realize, not by doing more, but by letting go of what never fit, by choosing honesty over habit, by listening when your body said no even when your mind wanted to negotiate. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been wondering if the small choices mattered, if the nights you chose rest over rumination counted, if the times you walked away quietly instead of proving a point made a difference. Listen to this, they did. Archangel Michael saw that those choices softened your nervous system, sharpened your discernment, and rewired how you respond to life, and that rewiring is what allows the future he saw to hold you without breaking you. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because you've mistaken calm for emptiness before, when calm was actually the absence of threat. Listen to this. You are learning how to live without bracing, without anticipating loss, without scanning for danger, and that is a profound shift. It means your body trusts your decisions now. It means your intuition doesn't have to shout to be heard. It means peace is becoming your baseline, not a brief visit. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael saw that once peace became familiar, love could change shape in your life. Not louder, not more dramatic, but truer. He saw a soulmate-level connection that doesn't pull you into overthinking or keep you guessing. He saw a bond that meets you in mutual effort, where words match actions, where boundaries are honored, where your steadiness is mirrored instead of tested. Listen to this. That love doesn't require you to abandon yourself to be chosen. It recognizes you because you chose yourself first. Your heart needs this right now because you once believed love had to be earned through endurance, and that belief has expired. Don't scroll. You've been seeing signs continue, but they land differently now. Angel numbers appear like gentle nods instead of urgent alarms. 1111 feels like alignment already in motion. 222 feels like balance you can trust. 444 feels like protection that doesn't require you to fight. These signs aren't asking you to prepare. They're reminding you that you're supported as you move. Listen to this. Support doesn't always look like rescue, sometimes it looks like space opening where fear used to sit. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael also saw purpose unfolding in quieter ways for you. He saw your presence calming rooms, your honesty grounding conversations, your empathy creating safety without effort. You don't need to announce this calling or rush it into form. It's already active. Your heart needs this right now because you've underestimated the power of being regulated, kind, and clear in a world that often isn't. Don't scroll. There may still be moments when old habits knock, the urge to over-explain, to overgive, to stay longer than your energy allows. When that happens, notice it without judgment. Breathe. Choose differently. That's not failure, that's integration. Listen to this. Integration is when lessons become lived reality. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael saw that the future he promised doesn't test you with chaos to prove your worth. It rewards discernment with ease. It meets clarity with opportunity. It matches honesty with honesty. That doesn't mean challenges disappear, it means challenges no longer define you. Your heart needs this right now because you've confused struggle with significance before. Don't scroll. Significance can feel like simplicity. It can feel like days that flow, decisions that feel obvious, connections that feel mutual. Listen to this. When those moments arrive, resist the urge to rush them, label them, or lock them down. Let them breathe. Presence is what allows alignment to deepen. Don't scroll. You are not missing anything meant for you by moving slowly. You are ensuring it stays. Archangel Michael saw that the final piece for you was trust, not blind trust in outcomes, but grounded trust in yourself. Trust that your body knows when something is right. Trust that calm is not a trap. Trust that you don't have to convince aligned things to stay. Your heart needs this right now because trusting yourself changes how the universe responds to you. Don't scroll. Soon, you'll notice life meeting you halfway more often, fewer obstacles that drain you, more pathways that open naturally, fewer explanations required, more understanding offered freely. When that happens, don't question your worthiness. Receive it. Gratitude anchors what presence sustains. Listen to this. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not almost there. You are here, inhabiting the life you once prayed would feel safer, clearer, and more real. Don't scroll. This part exists because Archangel Michael wanted you grounded before the final reveal, steady before movement, confident before expansion. What comes next doesn't need your force. It needs your trust, and trust is something you finally know how to give without losing yourself. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here at part 6, this message is deeply for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the part Archangel Michael wanted you to hear once everything inside you had softened enough to receive it, because the future he saw for you is not fragile, it's stable, but stability only stays when you stop doubting yourself at the threshold. Listen to this. You've been standing in a season where your outer world hasn't changed as fast as your inner world, and that gap has made you question whether you're really moving forward. Don't scroll. This message is for you because progress doesn't always announce itself with movement, sometimes it announces itself with peace that doesn't leave. Listen to this. Archangel Michael saw that your biggest breakthrough was not something dramatic happening around you, but something quiet settling inside you, trust. Trust in your intuition. Trust in your boundaries. Trust that you don't have to explain yourself to be understood by the right people. Your heart needs this right now because you've spent years being hyper-aware of others while doubting your own knowing. Don't scroll. That pattern ends here. You are no longer meant to scan rooms for approval, decode mixed signals, or carry emotional weight that doesn't belong to you. Listen to this. When Michael looked ahead, he saw you responding instead of reacting, choosing instead of defaulting, resting instead of bracing. He saw a version of you that doesn't rush clarity or chase closure, because clarity lives inside you now. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been asking for confirmation when what you actually needed was permission to trust yourself. Listen to this. The universe has been adjusting around you because of this shift. That's why certain plans dissolve on their own. That's why certain conversations feel unnecessary now. That's why certain people fall quiet without conflict. It's not loss, it's alignment reorganizing itself to match who you are becoming. Your heart needs this right now because quiet endings can feel unsettling when you're used to loud lessons. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael saw that once you stop chasing certainty, certainty arrives naturally. It shows up as consistency. It shows up as mutual effort. It shows up as opportunities that don't require you to abandon your peace. Listen to this. That includes love. The soulmate-level connection woven into your future does not test you with confusion. It does not pull you into emotional guessing games. It feels steady enough that your nervous system relaxes instead of alerting you. Don't scroll. If calm feels unfamiliar, that's only because chaos trained you differently. Calm is not a lack of passion, it's passion that doesn't burn you. Your heart needs this right now because you once learned to mistake unpredictability for chemistry. That lesson is complete. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael also saw that purpose unfolds for you through embodiment, not effort. You don't need to hustle your calling into existence. Your presence, your honesty, your capacity to listen without fixing, these are already impacting people around you. Listen to this. You don't need to perform to be valuable. You don't need to be loud to be seen. Alignment amplifies quietly. Don't scroll. Angel numbers still appear, but they feel like companions now, not instructions. 11. 11 feels like a gentle, you're here. 222 feels like balance holding steady. 444 feels like protection you no longer question. These signs aren't asking you to move faster, they're confirming you're moving right. Your heart needs this right now because you've measured progress by speed instead of integration. Don't scroll. Integration is when lessons stop repeating. Integration is when peace stays during uncertainty. Integration is when you don't need to convince yourself to walk away from what drains you. Listen to this. You are integrating. And integration changes how the future meets you. Don't scroll. There may still be moments when old fears try to surface, fears of missing out, fears of being misunderstood, fears of choosing wrong. When they do, notice them without panic. Those fears belong to an older version of you that needed protection through control. You don't need that strategy anymore. Trust has replaced it. Your heart needs this right now because trust feels vulnerable when you're used to guarding. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael saw that once you choose trust consistently, life responds with ease you didn't expect. Fewer emotional negotiations. Clearer yes and numbers. connections that don't require translation. That's not coincidence, that's alignment reflecting your internal state. Listen to this. You are no longer trying to get your life to make sense. Your life is responding to your clarity. Don't scroll. Soon, you will realize you are no longer waiting for the future Michael saw, you are living inside its foundation. The stability, the calm, the clarity, they're already here, even if the outer details are still catching up. And that's how aligned futures arrive, quietly, steadily, without fear. Your heart needs this right now because this is the chapter where you stop asking, "Is this right?" and start knowing, "This fits." Don't scroll. Stay present after this. What comes next doesn't require effort or proving, it requires you to keep trusting what your soul has already confirmed. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you have stayed all the way to this final ending, this message is absolutely for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the moment Archangel Michael wanted you to reach, the moment where everything finally settles, not with fireworks, not with fear, but with truth so gentle and steady that your soul recognizes it instantly. Listen to this. When Archangel Michael says he saw your future and couldn't stop, it wasn't because something terrible was coming, it was because something beautiful was already moving toward you, and you were standing one thought away from doubting yourself again. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've spent so much of your life preparing for loss that when peace arrives, your instinct is to question it instead of receiving it. Listen to this. The future Michael saw is not loud, rushed, or chaotic. It is grounded. It is calm. It is safe. And that safety exists because you finally learned the lesson that took you years to integrate. You don't have to suffer to deserve good things. Your heart needs this right now because you were conditioned to believe struggle meant meaning, and that belief ends here. Don't scroll. This ending matters because it closes a cycle your soul has been repeating quietly for a long time. The cycle of overthinking. The cycle of waiting for signs while ignoring your body. The cycle of staying longer than you should because you didn't want to disappoint anyone. Listen to this. You broke that cycle not with confrontation, not with drama, but with awareness, and awareness is the highest form of protection. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael saw the moment where you finally choose calm over chemistry, clarity over confusion, peace over proving yourself, and that moment is now. Your heart needs this right now because choosing calm used to feel like giving up, when it's actually stepping into alignment. Listen to this. The soulmate-level connection written into your future does not enter your life through urgency or fear. It arrives through recognition. It feels like exhaling instead of holding your breath. It meets you where you are without asking you to shrink or perform. And the reason it hasn't fully shown itself yet is because it needed you to trust yourself first. Don't scroll. You were never being delayed, you were being prepared. Listen to this. The angel numbers that followed you here were not warnings, they were confirmations. 1111 wasn't asking you to wish, it was reminding you that alignment begins within. 222 wasn't telling you to wait, it was showing you balance is possible when you stop overextending. 444 wasn't telling you to be strong, it was telling you that protection had already arrived. Your heart needs this right now because you no longer need signs to guide you, you have become the sign. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael also saw how your purpose unfolds from this point forward. Not through exhaustion, not through pressure, not through proving yourself, but through presence. Through the way you listen. Through the way you speak truth calmly. Through the way people feel safer around you without knowing why. That is not small. That is alignment embodied. Listen to this. You don't need to chase destiny. Destiny responds to who you are being. Don't scroll. There may still be moments ahead where old fear taps you on the shoulder, asking if you're sure, asking if you should brace yourself again, asking if calm can really last. When that happens, pause. Breathe. Remember this moment. Fear speaks in urgency. Alignment speaks in peace. Your heart needs this right now because peace is not something to be suspicious of, it is something to protect. Don't scroll. This final part is here because most people leave before this realization lands. They scroll before the calm settles. But you stayed. And staying changed something. Archangel Michael is no longer calling out to get your attention, he is standing quietly behind you now, guarding what you are stepping into next. Listen to this. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything meant for you. Everything aligned with your soul is moving toward you at the same speed you are learning to trust yourself. Don't scroll. Very soon, life will reflect this back to you in subtle but undeniable ways, a connection that feels mutual, a decision that feels obvious, a peace that doesn't leave when things get quiet. When that happens, don't question it. Receive it. Gratitude anchors what awareness unlocks. Your heart needs this right now because receiving without fear is the final step of healing. Don't scroll. This ending is not a goodbye, it's a grounding. It's the moment you stop searching and start recognizing. It's the moment you stop bracing and start living. And one day, you will look back on this exact moment, the moment you stayed until the end, and realize this is where everything truly shifted. Archangel Michael couldn't stop because this mattered. And now that you've heard it, trust what comes next. You are protected. You are aligned. And the future that was seen for you is already unfolding, quietly, gently, and exactly on time.